For this part of your sequence, you need to already be warmed up for sure, and you do need some weights. I've got light, medium, and heavy, and I want you to think about what that means for your biceps, your triceps, your deltoids, and for full body moves like squats. So have some of those ready, and whatever those numbers are, it will change day by day depending on how much you're doing these particular movements. Some days you'll go heavier weight, fewer repetitions. Other days you may go lighter or medium weights and more repetitions. So we're going to start down on the ground. Pad your right knee, if necessary, in a low lunge so that knee feels comfortable. And I'm going with medium weights here, but you might start with light for the back fly or reverse fly. You're going to tap those weights together, and as you exhale, zipping the core, hug your shoulder blades to the spine. Inhale, tap those weights. Exhale, shoulder blades to the spine. So each time you exhale, you're starting with a strong core and legs, and then opening up the arms wide to that fly position. Imagine you have wings. One or two more, or maybe more if you're using light weights today. And then you might want to go for something heavier as we come up to a higher lunge. We'll set the back heel down, and in this warrior lunge, exhale, lean forward, engaging the core again. Draw the shoulder blades together to pull into a row, and then find your triceps. Bend the elbows, slowly release. As you exhale, core, shoulders lift with the elbows, and then we straighten. Inhale as you slowly release. Shoulders have to feel good down here too. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Head and neck stay neutral. You're doing a few more repetitions if you're using your medium weights instead of heavy. A lot more repetitions if you're using your light. And then come up to center, and with the same weights, or maybe you want to switch it up, bicep serves. Come into a wide horse stance. Bring your elbows forward. Shoulders and head stay back, but your elbows are visible if you look down. And then serve out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now I've got pretty heavy weights for me here, so don't worry about how far out you go. But if they're so light that they're going up above your shoulders, that's probably too light. Reduce your range of motion and pretend that your weights are heavier than they actually are. Now, coming right into a squat. So bring your legs to parallel. Back up to a wall, especially if you haven't done squats in a while. Make the outer feet parallel. Push your knees out a little bit if you need to, and weight your heels. Now you can get so close to the wall that your hips actually touch the wall as you squat down. Inhale as you straighten. That's particularly helpful if you want to keep your knees way back today instead of letting them go forward. Or if you want to make sure that your sitting bones are staying level as you squat. But you don't have to use the wall. Couple more. Remember, you can again use no weight, light weight, medium weight, or heavy weight. And that will change. Those meanings will change. Those numbers will change as the sensations change in your body. Carefully put those weights down. Pick up something a little lighter, light to medium or nothing at all, for the deltoid raises. And at first we'll just keep feet hip width. Exhale, zip the core, reach out. Notice we don't want the weights going up above the shoulders. They might have to stay lower sometimes. Go through your pain-free range of motion. And then start to play with the balance. Take one leg out as you work the balance. Other leg out. Yes. Keeping a little bend in the knees and a strong core. Let your eyes focus on something that's not moving. Now we're going to bring it all the way down and start on the other side. So left knee comes down. Make sure it's comfortable on the mat. Use your medium or light weights. And as you exhale, I'm going to turn towards you. So you can see this front heel is under the front knee, stabilizing. This knee is not veering out or caving in. I'm going to keep it as stable as I can as I work the back fly. Exhale, zip the core and open. Inhale, tap. Exhale, open. Inhale, tap. Exhale, open. Yeah, you can see my shoulders do not do the fly perfectly symmetrically. They have some differences. You're always looking to work those out. But they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. We're looking for the sensation of work, possibly fatigue, without any strain in the joints. Notice I'm not counting because how many you do depends on the weight that you're lifting today. One more time. Or keep going. And when you're ready, we're coming up for the triceps. If the weight that you lifted before was very heavy, you don't have to do as many reps, right? So lean forward, engage that deep core, scoop in the abs and draw the shoulder blades together as you bend. Yeah. Inhale. Oh, I'm sorry. Exhale. Keep exhaling as you straighten the arms and find your triceps before you bring them back down. Exhale, core. Pull up and find your triceps. Inhale, bend and straighten. Exhale. Takes a lot of work just to keep the spine and the head neutral as you do this. There we go. So if you find your head is going forward, back it up. If you find your abs are losing tone, it might be time to rest and recover. But when you're ready, we're moving on to the bicep serves. So with the same or different weights, come out into your horse stance, elbows forward, rotate out. Exhale, serve, inhale, pull. Exhale, serve, inhale, pull. Chest stays open, head stays back. You're going at your pace, making sure that you're breathing, not holding the breath. And then stepping to your wall, if you're using it, for your parallel leg squat, with or without weights. Spine stays tall. I'm going to show you from the side this time. Spine stays neutral as you squat. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Now there are a million different squat angles for the knees and the hips. So all I'm showing you is neutral spine. We don't really want to do a back bend or a cat spine as we squat. Take it at your own pace. Keeping your spine neutral, and then letting your eyes focus on something not moving so you can really feel it. If you like, go a little lower sometimes. Work on coming all the way down to sitting, as long as the joints feel good. And then switching up the weights for deltoids, probably using something a little lighter. This time, we're gonna externally rotate as we bend the knees a little and deltoid raise. Option, add the balance. And then internally rotate. This is our last set. If internal rotation doesn't feel good, don't do it. Stay with the neutral or the external that we've done before. Notice my internal rotation doesn't go out as far as my other rotations, especially that left one. One more each side. And then release. You can try that last one, internal rotation, without any weights at first, especially if it's newer to you. Feel that internal rotation without bunching the shoulders up to the ears. It's a smaller movement for some of us. Now, we're coming down to the floor, so use your weights if you like them, because you're moving through that squat position to get all the way down. So sometimes the weight is actually useful to help you slow down those last couple of inches. You can also cross your ankles and then come all the way down. Weights are again optional for this last portion of what you're doing. You'll roll all the way down onto your back for bridge. Let your shoulders relax for a few breaths here. You can use Pilates breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, pursing the lips a little to slow the air down. Or making the sighing sound, keeping the lips relaxed. Both of those are Pilates breath variations. Or you can switch over to the yogic breath. So you're inhaling and exhaling through the nose with a little whisper in the throat. When you're ready, reach your arms towards your feet. Engage your core, compressing through this abdominal wall. Push your heels down to bridge your hips up, like a Pilates bridge. So you're using your glutes to do this. And maybe you're tucking the shoulders a little bit, but you're not trying to get a big back bend here. You're mostly using those muscles at the back side to lift yourself up. And you can just breathe here in the bridge. Or you can begin to slide one leg out. You might want to put a slider underneath one heel or wear socks on a hardwood floor. And as you exhale, keep the hip points level. Start to slide your right leg out. Inhale, slide it back in. And then switch. Exhale, hip points level. Rib points too, I should say. Inhale as you slide it back in. Exhale, rib and hip points stay level. And that might limit how far you can go. I can't always slide out. See, my right hip will sometimes drop because of tightness. Exhale, level, hip points and rib points. Slide that left leg out. Inhale as you draw it back in. Up to you if you keep it on the ground or if you let it float up a little. As you slide it out. Mhm. And then you can also add in other elements. You might want to put a band just above your knees. That's another nice option so that you can push out a little bit with glute medius, glute minimus, all the other outer hip muscles. It also helps you keep those knees pushing out as you slide. Inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, zip, slide. Try and level those hips. Inhale. Another way to think about leveling the hips, it has to do with not letting the sliding leg turn out. Turn it in, which is one reason some of us will want to float that leg up, to internally rotate as we slide out. Meaning turn the knee and the toe in a little bit. That would be the fast version, but I recommend you do this slowly for a while. And another third option here is to tuck blocks or a bolster or some folded blankets underneath your hips. So this can be more about the stretching, and the back of the body doesn't have to engage as much as you lengthen. And then finally, bring it all down. Let your arms relax in some external rotation, one of these positions like T or goal post. Let the neck and the shoulders relax. And one more time, slide out, but this time with your hips on the floor. You can stay right here with the right leg straight, internally rotating it. Maybe sliding it a little side to side if that feels good, to stretch it out. Picture that right hip really moving away from your right ribs and getting longer. Keep internally rotating as you bring it across the midline. Maybe you even block it there with your left leg. And then reach your right arm over to the left. So this whole right side is stretching from shoulder to rib to hip. And you're breathing. Bring it all back. And then slide that left leg out. Internally rotate. Slide it side to side. If you're not tight in the front of your hip, then you might not feel very much here. So no worries. This is just a nice gentle stretch. You might take that leg over across the midline and cross the right leg over it to trap it in place. And then your arms go to the right, so the whole left side is now stretching as you breathe. Pilates breath or yogic breath. Inhale as you bring it back through center, and then any last stretches you like before you rest.